Yeah.
George Washington, the first president, fought the British Red Coast and maintained residence. He set the standard in 1787 and signed the Constitution with his brethren. Next up, John Adams, who drafted the independence, aided in the XYZ affair and lost his acceptance.
Swag. Thomas Jefferson, king of expansion, sent Lewis and Clark on an expedition, made the Louisiana Purchase to advance their position, founded the University of Virginia as an addition. The fourth president is James Madison, had a war with Great Britain as we're wearing thin. Destruction caused Dolly to save George's grin, Star-Spangled Banner built pride within.
Now we have James Monroe succeeding, who made the Monroe Doctrine to keep us from bleeding, purchased Florida from Spain, that gave us a huge territorial gain. John Quincy Adams stepped up to the plate, built the Erie Canal so we don't have to wait. Got the National Republican Party a good rate, lost to Andrew Jackson who served 8, and caused the Native Americans to face their fate. Should have got impeached, but the people don't hate.
Next up, Martin, not our teacher. Martin Van Buren, who's a legendary creature. His economic depression caused a psychological feature, and we had to enact a standard operating procedure. Only in office for 30 days was William Henry Harrison, proved not to be much of a comparison. Didn't wear a coat and caught pneumonia, ended up having to push up begonia. Yeah. John Tyler, who always ate his lettuce, was able to annex the great side of Texas. His laws and ideas were so infectious that James K. Polk wasn't restless and declared war on Mexico and came pretty reckless.
Yeah. Zachary Taylor wasn't a zero, became an extensive military hero. Millard Fillmore was the next performance. Compromise of 1850 was hard to convince. There's been more slaves down there ever since. Franklin Pierce had 2 great accomplishments. The Gadsden Purchase gaining Mexican imprints, and the Kansas and Nebraska Act for a couple more hints. James Buchanan made a jumbo collision. The Dred Scott case, which was quite a decision. Good thing Lincoln stepped in with ambition, able to get the slaves that needed abolition. Andrew Johnson took over for Mr. Lincoln, who stayed loyal to the Union seeming like Satan's kin, purchased Alaska from Russia to fulfill his sin.
Yeah. Continental Railroad was completed under Ulysses S. Grant, who could not be depleted. His scandals left the White House ready but heated. Ending Reconstruction in the South, which is a great miss. Rutherford Hayes threw the nation into complete bliss. James Garfield didn't give up a government position, and he got shot, leaving him as a has-been. Too bad he didn't have thick enough skin.
Chester Arthur, now the 21st president, tried to reform the civil service system as an event, got caught up in political favors, and out he went. Grover Cleveland went up to get her. France asked if we wanted the Statue of Liberty in a letter. Served split terms because he was such a go-getter. The 24th and 22nd president made us feel better. Yeah. Benjamin Harrison got most of the electoral vote, raising taxes on foreign goods as a side note, increased government spending but the people don't promote. William McKinley helped with Cuba from Spain, and next to Hawaii as an additional gain. U.S. is a superpower which we have to retain. Yeah.
Teddy Roosevelt, the ultimate trust buster, made the Panama Canal and became an adjuster, increased our Navy to help support and muster, and in the Russo-Japanese War, which was a cluster. Japan gave the elegant cherry tree, which William Taft became a Supreme Court nominee. Wilson tried to keep us out of World War I and flee, but we had to declare war on Germany, made the League of Nations shaping a higher degree. Teapot Dome scandal got a lot of opposition. Good thing Warren Harding enacted prohibition, getting himself into a bad disposition.
Yeah. Calvin Coolidge, with the nickname Silent Cal, was able to cut taxes, making the people his pal. He also decreased government spending and boosted morale. Heber Hoover served at the start of the Depression. Many were unemployed with a sad expression. He didn't make such a huge impression. Now FDR comes into this rap session, helping America get an economic progression, which led the United States out of recession. Japan dropped a bomb and got us into the war obsession. Yeah.
Taking a break.
Jam session.
Spank. Kiss. 33rd president is Harry Truman, the first president to perform an atomic plan. Made a lot of destruction on Japan. He sent troops so the Korean War began. Not many of the people were a fan. Dwight Eisenhower got Korean a stalemate, helped the blacks receive a brand new slate, formed interstate highways, sailed to date. JFK was extremely charismatic. He believed in religion, which was Roman Catholic. The forming of NASA rose to be climatic because we had a space race, which was very dramatic.
After the assassination of JFK, we had to make way for LBJ. Had a great society which started to fade away. The Vietnam War started to go astray. Nixon took the votes next election day and formed a program called the EPA. The Watergate scandal was a bad display, and Nixon resigned to the people's dismay. Gerald Ford pardoned Nixon's crime. A new man, Carter, was in his prime. Americans taken hostage during this hard time. Stagflation and oil crisis made us have to climb to overcome and get out of this gigantic slime.
Finally, we have Ronald Reagan, who helped
communism fall into a loony bin. By breaking down the Soviet Union, the wall was taken down by Night Berlin. Finally it ends, we can read Huck Finn. We're done.